If you struggle to color grade and get that film look, it's definitely not just you, it's a common problem. Honestly, it's not the easiest thing in the world unless you know where to look. And unfortunately and fortunately, we have tutorials everywhere that are free on YouTube. Sometimes you get one that's bad and it kind of sends you down the wrong path of color grading the wrong way. And I'm talking about me because I used to do that. I was one of those guys that watched a tutorial on how to color grade log footage, right? And I would add a CST first, which stands for color space transform, in case you don't know, now you know. I would add it first and then do every correction and creative look after. And the bad thing about that is I'm losing all dynamic range that you get from log footage. So I didn't know that. Fortunately, I found a tool. It was way too late now. I wish this tool was developed sooner, but it's called CineDream. It's by a guy named Denver Riddle. He runs a channel called Color Grading Central. And this tool is so powerful. And I think it's a game changer for beginners that don't know how to color grade and they still want to get that film look that's, in my opinion, more advanced. Because to truly capture the film look, you need actual film, right? All these different imperfections like halation and bloom and all this stuff, and it gets really scientific very quickly. So when you're someone like Denver that does his research and builds a plugin around actual research and science and data that he gathered from using these film cameras, you get CineDream. And that's exactly what we're gonna be using today to color grade this intro that you just watched. I'm gonna be using Final Cut because that's what I'm used to right now, but it does work with DaVinci and it works with Premiere Pro, which is great and it's awesome. So yeah, let's check it out. Here's how you use it. So I'm in Final Cut Pro, and what I typically do is use an adjustment layer over my clips. So I already did all the cutting that I need to do for the intro, and I'll make further edits, obviously. I already edited my audio, so now it's time to basically get the look that I'm going for, and that's where CineDream is really powerful. Now, I can find CineDream under Effects, and I could just type it in here on the search bar and it's gonna show up. And again, I could just apply it to the clip, but instead of doing that, I actually like to add it to an adjustment layer, especially when it's a scene that's the exact same lighting all the way through, like this studio shot here. So I'm just going to apply it to the adjustment layer. And when you do that, you go to the movie icon here and you'll see it, and you can actually open the controls. So let's go ahead and do that. Now it's important to keep in mind what you shot your video with. Now, if you're shooting in log, it supports pretty much every log format. If you're shooting with, let's say, a standard Rec 709, you just want to make sure you choose or assume Rec 709. And that's really, really important. You need to get this part right. If you get it wrong, it's going to make everything look bad. Now, if you don't know what log footage you use, you can always assume generic log, but I definitely wouldn't do that when possible. If you're just shooting on standard picture profile on your camera, use this one right here, Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. I shot on a Lumix, so I'm using Panasonic Vlog. You're going to notice that it looks way different. So it's already applying CineDream's presets here, and there's 4 of them. So there's CineBoss, you have CineLook, and then you have CineVision, and then you have CineLab. And these are all really good. My footage looks way too warm right now, so I'm going to immediately go down to temperature and click auto white balance, and that's going to sort of cool things off. Now the look is not applied yet, remember that. What I'm going to do is adjust the tone curve a little bit. So I'm just going to adjust this because I don't want these oranges to be too, deep. So I'm just adjusting these to make them a little more subtle, and that looks pretty good for now. We can always go back. And the good thing about CineDream is it comes with all of the tools that you'll ever need. So if you go to the very top here, you have scopes. So if I click the first scope here, you'll see that it will toggle it on and off, which is great. And you can kind of see what my scopes are looking like as far as my waveform goes, my vector scope, which is my skin tone line, and histogram. And then you have your exposure. I could technically increase the exposure just a little bit on the midtones if I wanted to. Maybe drop the highlights a little bit, toggle it on and off. That looks pretty good. Maybe, raise the shadows just a little bit. Keep toggling it on and off until I'm happy. So typically I'll start with my exposure. I'll make sure my white balance is good too. And after that, that kind of sets me up for success. And I check my skin tones. I can kind of tell my skin's a little too red right now. So I'm gonna go to scopes, and on the far right, there's a little person icon. I can also just press Shift Command L, and that's going to open it up. And you can see that I am too red. I'm not too green, which is great. It's very easy to fix. We'll go to the color wheels, and then at the very bottom, you'll see HSL and a little target icon. Click that, and you can actually just click on your skin and drag up and down, and you're going to see just how easy this is to fix. So now we're in green territory, and you can see we have proper skin tones. But again, to my eye, I like a little bit more of that red in my skin, so I'm gonna go more red, and that looks pretty good to me. So now we are ready to, we can either keep adjusting contrast and all that stuff, or we can go to the final grading. And if you wanna do shot matching, you can do that here just by dragging CineDream on all the clips that you wanna do shot matching on, but I don't use that typically. So I just go straight to final grading. And here is where the magic really happens with CineDream. There's all of the tools that you need to create any film look, any cinematic look you want. So it has film density, bloom, and then you even have halation and grain. I'll start off by applying my favorite LUT, and I have a few that I use. I like this Vlog Filmic 17, so we're gonna use that one. And the unique thing about CineDream is you can control the luma and color separate versus just changing the opacity of a LUT, if that makes sense. So most people, what they'll do is they'll just lower the opacity, but that's not actually the right way to work with a LUT. Because think about it, if you want to keep the luma value of a LUT, but you don't like the color, you can do that here. So check this out. I don't like the color, so I can bring that down, or I love the color and I can keep it. Same with luma. So really, you just have way more control now by using CineDream. So starting with film density, we can just raise it up to see what it's doing. And as you can see, it's really just darkening the colors globally. And sometimes you don't want that. Maybe you just want a specific color to be a little bit more dense. So we can actually do that here by selecting one of the colors and just moving it to the left or right. And you can see the color will get more dense. So really you have full control over, you know, the density of your colors, which is obviously a game changer because now you don't have to do a global density adjustment. So with this, you can really craft the look that you're going for. And I don't spend too much time on this typically. I don't really use film density unless I really need to. Bloom, I'm already using a glitter glass, so I don't really need bloom. And halation I do kind of want, so I'm going to turn that on. And when I turn on halation, you can see immediately that it's working, especially with this lamp that I have here. What we can do is actually turn on mask, and this is where you can kind of see where that halation is being applied. So you know what? I'm going to leave that as is. I might even dial it back just a little bit because I do feel like when it's more subtle, it's more natural looking. So to me, this looks really good. So I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is grain. And this is where you can really make this look more filmic, I guess. And I'm going to bump it up to about right there is pretty good. I usually go around 20. I don't like to go above 20 unless, again, the project just kind of needs it. We can go as crazy as we want to on this, but really all I want to do is add a little bit more contrast to make it a little bit overall like more of a punchy image and adjust the midtones a little bit, maybe just like a smidge in the negative. So 0.8 looks fine. Sometimes instead of adding contrast to just the contrast slider, I'll actually just ignore that and go to my color wheels, and at the bottom, you'll see RGB curves. And this is where you can actually add contrast. And it's honestly better to do it this way because you have much more control over your image. As you can see, you can create some really unique looks. And since I added this to an adjustment layer, I can toggle this on and off and it's easy to find. I don't have to track down clips, you know, in my playhead here to see where that color grade was. So that was CineDream, my friends. And you know what? Let's go to cinedream.com. I think there's a free trial that you guys can sign up for right now. Yes, there is a try free demo button right there. It's big. You click that, download it, try it out for yourself. I promise you, it is so easy to use once you get the hang of it. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I got your back. Huge shout out to Denver for, you know, just making such an awesome tool. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.